Welcome. This webinar is called Going District-Wide, Implementation Lessons for Using Early Warning Systems and Local Risk Indicators. This is one in a series of webinars on K-12 early warning systems brought to you by the National Regional Educational Laboratory Program. That's me. I'm Kenwyn Derby. I'm a Senior Research Associate on the REL West team at WestEd, and part of my work is as a member of Research Alliance called the Dropout Prevention Alliance for Utah Students with Disabilities. That's how I became acquainted with our practitioner experts who are presenting today about their work. These gracious partners, who I will introduce to you a little bit later in more detail, include Brian Hunt, who is a principal in the Davis School District, and Logan Toon, the district's Research and Assessment Director in Utah. The goals of this particular webinar are to review common indicators in early warning systems, to learn about how districts can support schools' use of early warning data, and understand how districts can determine locally relevant early warning indicators and thresholds for your own customized system. So overall, what is the power of an early warning system? Why are people talking about early warning systems now? We know we all use data for lots of things, and you all use it for accountability and budgets and making decisions about how to support the kids that you have. But an early warning system specifically combines the use of available school data and structured teams to proactively identify struggling students. So interventions can more quickly be provided to the at-risk kids to get them back on track. So it's looking forward more, and it's trying to act earlier to prevent kids from getting too far down the line of problems. And then overall, they can also be used to address disparities among student groups and really strategically develop supports to help students in an entire school or district graduate on time with their peers. The American Institute for Research produced the first early warning system implementation guide that we're going to talk about here in 2013. It includes a 7-step process to help users make informed decisions about how to support the students and monitor progress over time. Their website there, earlywarningsystems.org, has a ton of other tools and research and really helpful resources. And then this series of webinars from the REL is organized around this next guide that we're showing on the screen here, developed by REL Northwest. And it was published just last year, and it's based on a national scan of the literature around early warning systems, and it's organized into 5 components. And so these are kind of conceptual components of an early warning system, and it includes establishing teams, determining your indicators, or this predictive data that we're really going to focus on today, and then the reports that you can use, really user-friendly reports to examine that data, then linking those indicators and data with interventions that you decide would best serve your students, and then over time evaluating how those interventions are working. So again, while we're going to touch on all of these, this webinar is focusing on the early warning system indicators. And to provide us with an introduction to what early warning indicators are, we are very lucky to have our partner Jenny Scala from AIR joining us today. She's a senior researcher for AIR, and she's a project manager of their early warning system service line. She's been providing technical assistance to educators for about 15 years. She works on many projects focused on dropout prevention at both state and district levels and in rural and urban contexts, and has served as a researcher on multiple REL studies, including those on early warning system indicator validation, developing tools and implementing in a variety of contexts.
Thanks, Kenwyn.